Taoiseach, the OECD stated today that Irish households experienced a massive drop in living standards last year. Under your government, Irish people have got poorer in the last 12 months. Now, the amount of money that workers earn adjusting for inflation fell last year, and of course people didn't need the OECD to tell them this. Through their own bitter experience in terms of rising prices, many of them have felt this themselves. Many families are going from overdraft to overdraft at the moment. That's if they can get an overdraft. Many other families are forced into money lenders, and many families are maxed out and are going without food and heat on a weekly basis. You know, I'm speaking to many people who are telling me that they're lying awake at night wondering which bill they can afford to pay this month or which bill they're going to have to put off till the next month. This state is now the 6th most expensive country in Europe, and as a result, many people are getting left behind. 20% of the population are living on the margins below the poverty line. The annual food shop for families is €1,000 higher than it was last year, and the food inflation index is at 16.5%. That's incredibly difficult for families. And the worst part of this is that your government are actually making money out of this. Your government is quids in on the back of the increases in prices that families are experiencing over the last while. We in A2 have found out that VAT on fuel and energy has never been as good for this government. VAT on electricity was at a record height of €381 million last year, an increase of 40.4% on 2021. This government has taken in more money in increased taxes and profits from energy semi-states than it actually gave back in the electricity credit. Taoiseach, can you believe that you're actually taking more out of people's pockets while giving some money back and then expecting a clap on the back for doing it at the same time? So today we learn the shocking news that the Irish price of electricity is the highest price of electricity anywhere in Europe at the moment. That's a disgrace. It's an indictment against your government. The unit price for electricity in this state is nearly double the European average. Gas prices in Ireland are also amongst the highest. So Rip Off Ireland is back with a vengeance, and it's been brought to you by Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Greens. And the most frustrating element of this is that the government are standing idly by in terms of solutions. The Italian government has brought in a windfall tax, collected €4 billion. Germany and Spain brought in a windfall tax in December. Even the British Tory government brought in a windfall tax and is making a taxation of those supernormal profits. Yet we have nothing but tumbleweed from your government on this issue. Minister Ryan committed to a windfall tax 6 months ago in this House, and practically every fortnight since, a government minister has stood up and said it's on the way in a matter of weeks. But these are very long weeks. Taoiseach, what steps will you take now to lower the cost of electricity, and when exactly is it going to happen? Taoiseach, you can argue with the OECD in relation to the facts and whether or not incomes are falling. Incomes are falling, and that's what they're saying. The question is, why is it that your government have allowed the highest electricity prices in Europe to exist in this state? Why is it that your government have allowed some of the highest gas prices in this state in the whole of the European Union? Why is Jerry Clark, 77, from Meath, why does he have an electricity bill of €1,700? Why does Kitty from Trim, 100 years old, have an electricity bill of over £1,000? These are the questions you need to ask. And the fact that your bill on a windfall tax is still in its general scheme is incredible. People can't eat a general scheme at the moment. Now, some people believe it's incompetency, and some people believe it's by design. There's a lot of good argument for the incompetency issue. Just look at housing and health for examples of that. But I believe that there's an ideological reason why prices are so high here. It's in the Green Party's interest to have high electricity prices, high energy prices, because high energy prices actually reduce consumption. It's their policy to look for high energy prices. And I think that's the green tail is wagging the government's dog in this particular issue. And as a result, we have so many families across the country literally not able to live. When will the bill be in place in relation to the windfall tax?